Hello, namaste everyone. Welcome to Astro Impact. Today we'll be talking about Mercury in all the 12 houses. Before talking about the Mercury in all the houses, let's talk about what exactly Mercury is and what representation of Mercury are, right? So Mercury, the Buddha Graha, Mercury represents your intelligence, Mercury represents your communication, Mercury represents your logics, education, business, youthfulness, speech, writing, technology, commerce, adaptability, and analytical skills. So Mercury represents these things, right? Mercury represents your youthfulness as well, and somewhat people who have afflicted Mercury as well. So they can be like infertile, right? Mercury represent infertility as well because if you see the story of Mercury, so let me tell you about how Mercury was born. So, Jupiter, the planet Jupiter, Brihaspati, his wife was Tara, right? And Tara was being eloped by the moon, right? The Chandra Devata. So he has affair with Tara. So he has like kidnapped her or uh, eloped Tara, and after eloping her, so the child was born, and that child was named Mercury, the Buddha, right? So Buddha also represent the Buddhi. Buddha also represent the um, uh, intelligence. So Buddha Graha is a infertile Graha, so it is considered as very neutral. So most of the planet they are either male or female. For instance, Jupiter is male, Sun is male, Mars is male, Venus is female, and Moon is female. So in this way, most of the planet are male and female has been categorized. But Saturn is also neutral, gender neutral, and Mercury is also gender neutral. Okay, so let's talk about how the placement of Mercury in the birth chart influence your communication, learning, problem solving, and succeed in your career. So basically, what happens is when we talk about math, when we talk about mathematical, analytical skill, logical things. So Mercury are logical things. So those who think they are very much rational, it means they are Mercurian people. So okay, also Mercury represents your teeth as well. So those teeth has like you can see irregular teeth and anything. So you can guess that Mercury might be afflicted or something. There is he's Mercurian person, right? And another thing, someone you can see like in the Bollywood, if you see the example of Anil Kapoor. So Anil Kapoor has Mercurian facial feature, right? So he's very youthful, right? So that's why those who like grow like a very fine wine, like to shine like very fine wine, I mean mature like a very fine wine, they are represented by Mercury, right? Mercury is also children, right? Also the children is also Mercury, and Mercury is also your sister. Mercury is your also um, your bua as well, right? So, I mean, Mercury is your bua fufu, right? If you are Nepali, you can call it fufu or fua. So, in different language, there are different things. So, so basically, uh, the your father's sister is also considered as from Mercury, right? Okay, so let's talk about what happens when the Mercury is in the first house. So when the Mercury is in the first house, the people will have like very young facial feature. They will look like very childish face, right? And very young, youthful face, and they have very sharp, intelligent, and they are very curious. All right. This individual has excellent communication skills, who quickly grasps new ideas and enjoy learning. throughout the life, right? So they want to enjoy the like learning throughout the life, because Mercury is about learning, studying the things as well. So Mercury do these things, so they are very witty. So Mercury, the good sense of humor is Mercury, if you have prominent Mercury, so Mercurian face is the comedian as well. So those who have a good Mercury, for instance, Kapil Sharma, he has a good Mercury. That's why he is a good comedian. And Mercury is along with the Jupiter. Person can be a bit fat or chubby, and then also maybe you can say Samarina as well. So whenever if he or she is cracks the joke, right? So whenever this person having good Mercury cracks the jokes and have an influence of good Jupiter, people will not feel bad if it is also offensive joke as well. People won't feel much bad. But if the Mercury is afflicted, you might create a witty content or maybe any kind of humor, but people might take you like offensive as well, because due to like Mercury doesn't have Jupiter aspect or any like benefic aspect. That's why your humor like make people uh, very offensive. They take offense, right? And they get hot and they feel like you are so rude to them, right? So Mercury often having in the first house has a very charming sense of humor, right? And this placement favors the in the education, media, business, writing, and technology, public speaking as well. However, they might overthink the situation. They will be over analytical about the things, like what if this goes wrong, and what if that goes wrong. They will think about minute details. So Mercury is also about detailing as well. So becoming restlessness, those that can make you restlessness, and you will have a struggle with the decision making capacity. You will be indecisiveness will happen, right? And success comes when they trust both logic and intuition. So here in the Mercury in the first house, success only comes when you have both logical and intuition, balance of the both of the thing, right? You have to trust on your logic as well as in your intuition. Okay, now let's talk about Mercury in second house. What exactly second house represent? Second house represent your home. Second house represent your business or gains, money. Second house represents your family member. Second house represents your relatives as well, and second house represent finance as well, right? And speech, most important thing. Those who have like Mercury in second house, you will have very equivalent speech. You will be like very nice with the speech, very articulated speech, and people will feel like, wow, this man has or this woman has so much, I mean, knowledge. You might have knowledge or you don't have knowledge, that's not a matter. But the thing is, the way you speak, that captivates people, right? That captivates people, that makes people feel you are so charming, you have a good vocabulary, right? So in this way, Mercury in a second house can work. So you will have financial intelligence as well. Mercury, when Mercury sits in second house, you will have financial intelligence, and you want to like spend the money being very analytical, very rational about how you spend, and you have very excellent business skill and excellent business ideas. Every time you will have different business idea. I can do this, I can do. I think you can sell very well, because it's the you can be a very good salesman as well, because it's the bhava of speech. It's a house of speech, and whenever the house of speech and Mercury comes over there, you that's make very charming, very seductive. I mean, kind of thing, right? You can if other planets is aspecting, and that can make you magnific is aspecting, that can make you very very nice and speaker. So you can be you can like know how to manage the money very wisely. You will be very calculating about your money, and often through earning through communication, writing, finance, and teaching and commerce as well. You can get money from there. You will value education, family tradition, but may occasionally become overly analytical about this thing and critical in the conversation. You will be someone who will be, try to very nug about the like conversation. You want to get the gist of the conversation. You want to do, in Hindi it is bal ka khal, exactly. So you'll be very much detail oriented persons, right? So you want to like tear all the skin out of from the body by your conversation. So that's sometimes that can be very not good habit to do that, because you might be intelligence, you might be have a good speaking capacity. However, you have to also look that the other person or the person next behind you is in what circumstances or how they are going through, right? So you don't have to, be very analytic and very critical about everything, right? So your greatest strength is the ability to turn knowledge into wealth. So, my dear friends, Mercury, whenever there is in the second house, always remember your greatest ability is to turn your knowledge into wealth, and you can do it, right? So, Mercury in the second house is this. Okay, let's talk about Mercury in the third house. So, in the Kalpuras Kundali, Mercury is the significator of third house as well. The third house represent communication. Third house in the Kalpurus Kundali, Gemini falls in the third house, right? So Gemini falls in the third house. So whenever Mercury sits in the third house, it is very comfortable position in the third house, making native very excellent communicator, of course, because it's the house of communication. You can be a good writer. You can write a book if things allows, if your knowledge and things and everything allows. You can be a great writer, you can be a great speaker, and you can market everything. You can sell anything. And also you can be a very good salesman or entrepreneur. You can be a good entrepreneur as well. So Mercury whenever in the third house, you can get this qualities, right? So these individual are like courageous, adaptable. They are very diplomatic, they are adaptable, and they are constantly eager to learn new things, new skills. So they make excel in journalism, digital marketing, sales, content creator, or public relationship. While they have communicate while they communicate confidently, they should avoid like becoming argumentative and constantly changing their opinion, because Mercury in the third house can make you highly diplomatic, and you try to sometimes lie about things, and you change your opinion. Okay, I want to do this, but I want to also do this, and I have this thought. You can from sometimes you can speak for the motion, and sometimes you speak against the motion. So please be consistency about that. So consistency bring lasting success, right? So whenever the Mercury is in the third house, make sure consistency brings the lasting success, right? Okay, now we move to the Mercury in the fourth house. So, what exactly is the fourth house? Fourth house is your house of mother. Fourth house is your house of nurturing. Fourth house is your house of home. Fourth house is a house of relatives. Fourth house is your house of education. Fourth house is your house of vehicle. Fourth house is your house of comfort. Fourth house is the house of your emotional stability, peace, satisfaction. So fourth house represents this thing, right? Also land can be seen from the fourth house, right? Whenever Mercury is in the fourth house, that makes you a very intelligent, thoughtful individual who values education, family, emotional security. This native often enjoy reading, teaching, researching, working from home. Success may come through education, real estate, right, interior design, and technology. Although they think logically, they can sometimes analyze emotion instead of expressing them openly. So whenever Mercury is in the fourth house, they analyze the like emotions, what this gonna happen, what happen about this moment, and you'll overanalyze the circumstances, things, emotion, but you never try to like express, you never try to express and open up about your emotion, and that could lead you to be suffocate inside and suppress your thought, right? But you will be highly critical about thinking about the things, emotions, you'll feel emotion extremely high. So their lesson is to balance intellect with emotional warmth. Always remember, intelligence with emotional warmth is very important. You are highly intellectual, right? Highly intelligent, but you don't have emotional warmth. People will won't come to you because people always want to find security and safe space to express their thought, to express their emotion, to explain their emotion. So always try to be okay. It's fine to be rational. It's fine to analyze the emotion. However, balance is the key, right? Whenever you balance the emotional warmth, then you can be a good and successful person, right? Okay, Mercury in the fifth house. Let's talk about Mercury in the fifth house. What exactly is the fifth house? Fifth house is your house of education. Fifth house is a house of your mind. Fifth house is your mind of creativity. Fifth house is your house of children. Fifth house is your house of love, relationship. Fifth house is your house of share market. Fifth house is your house of memory as well. So, and investing, share market, right? So fifth house represent also fifth house is most important thing is your Purva Punya because it is ninth from ninth, right? That's why it's a Purva Punya house, right? The past life, your good deeds, you whatever you have done, it's your past life karmic house, right? So, okay. Whenever Mercury is in the fifth house, it enhances the creativity, intelligence, memory, problem solving skills. It will enhance the abilities of the problem solving skills. These individuals enjoy learning, teaching, investing, creative pursuits such as writing, acting, or designing. They usually perform well in academies and have a very playful sense of humor. So you will have like very playful sense of humor. You want to like just crack the jokes anytime, right? In the love, they seek intellectual compatibility and stimulating conversation. The conversation that can stimulate you intellectually, right? I think the word is sapiosexual, I guess. I think those a person who is like attracted to intellectual people, right? So yes, and they should avoid overthinking romantic relationship or becoming overcritical. So never like be very critical about uh, romantic relationship and overthinking about what how this gonna happen and what this gonna happen, right? So because love relationship, if you are in love or if you want to develop a good relationship, you have to be sometimes you don't have to be much of like analytical or rational. Just go with the flow and just don't make a like big deal, right? Just be romantic, be bring the Venetian thing, not a Mercurial thing, right? Okay. So now we'll be talking about Mercury in the sixth house. All right. So Mercury in the sixth house. Mercury. Let's talk about what exactly the sixth house is. Sixth house is your house of disease, debt, diseases, debt, like litigation, court law, or I mean the daily service, pets, right? Whenever you have Mercury in the sixth house, you will be very over analytical. It gives you exceptional analytical skills, making you excellent like at solve problem solving, handling the complex tasks. You can handle complex tasks. They often make succeed in the medical field, law, accounting, engineering, researching, healthcare, or administration. Their practical mindset helps them overcome the struggle efficiently. However, excessive worrying, perfectionism, because this is the natural house of like Virgo, right? And Virgo is very detail oriented, and they are perfectionist, right? So they want perfection in everything, and the work related to stress may occur in their health, right? Organizing and healthy routine leads to long-term success, right? So you have to always make sure that you organize your things that can make you the like healthy, and because for the long-term success you have to organize the things, because and also people in the Mercury in the sixth house, you will be very very much detail oriented, and you still, and you will be try to make perfect thing, and you'll just tear all the skin from the body, right? So please don't do that. I mean, certain level of detail orientation is fine, but having said that, overthink is the bad thing. Okay, so Mercury in the sixth things can make you auditor. Mercury in the sixth house also can make you auditor, CA, or something related to like financial thing, income tax, or something income. So you can work in this thing, right? Auditing and budgeting. So this can be seen whenever the Mercury is in the sixth house, right? Don't try to be very much perfect. Just go with the flow, but make sure that you are balancing the warmth as well, right? Okay, now Mercury in the seventh house. Whenever you see Mercury in the seventh house, there are certain things you need to know, right? Mercury in the seventh house. What exactly is the seventh house? Seventh house is your relationship. Seventh house is your partnership. Seventh house is your public relationship and public house as well. Your public face as well, right? So how you look in public, that is in seventh house, and it is your lagna of your spouse as well, right? So it is opposite from the lagna, that is first house. So it can represent the foreign country as well, right? So Mercury in the seventh house, because the Mercury is the significator of seventh house as well. So bless the native with the diplomatic skills. You can be very diplomatic, and success in business partnership. You can be success in business partnership. This individual value communication, honesty, intellectual capability in relationship, right? They often attract intelligent and educated partner, because Mercury is in the seventh house. You will often attract the like intelligent, educated partner, and may excel in a law, consulting, right, marketing, negotiation, or entrepreneurship. So you can be a diplomat as well. So their challenge is avoiding over analysis of relationship, indecisiveness in the importance of commitment, right? So you oftentimes like be indecisive about things, because you overthink about the relationship. You just be very detail oriented. Why have I have done this? Why she has done this? Why he has done this? Because due to that, because in the relationship you have to open one eyes and close one eyes, right? So sometimes you have to open your eyes, sometimes you have to close your eyes, because if you, because no one is perfect, right? And you try to be perfect over there, and conflict arises. Okay, Mercury in seventh house might give, if Mercury is afflicted, can make female unfertile, so you lack children. But here is the thing, please don't decide because of one planet in one position, right? There are multiple factor, right? But they can give the things, because in the seventh house, people might have problem. They can belong from LGBTQ if you're afflicted, because sexual orientation can be sometimes confused in sexual orientation. Mercury in seventh house can give you less sexual desire as well. Most of the time you want to experiment things when in the relationship, so that can be like a challenging thing, right? So Mercury in the seventh house can give you that thing. And also Mercury in seventh house, you will have youthful wife, I mean very much cute wife, right? In the Gen Z term, it's you can expect a cute and young wife, right? Okay. And vice versa, if you will have like if you are girl, you will have the very youthful charming personality. Miss Prince Charming will be your husband, right? Things, if it is not afflicted, it is in the good dignity then, right? Okay, Mercury in the eighth house. What exactly eighth house is? Eighth house is a house of mystery. Eighth house is a house of like occult science, astrology, and all the mystical things, research, mining, petroleum, all the inheritance, and your in-laws house, and all the things related to like, which is under hidden thing, secretive thing, or under the like earth, right? So that determines the, and then that falls under the eighth house. Also eighth house is a house of death, right? Okay. Mercury in eighth house creates a deep thinker, right? You'll be very deep thinker with a natural interest in psychology, research, finance, mystery, astrology, occult science. This individual possesses excellent investigation abilities, right? You want to like investigate the things, like you want to just investigate. So maybe you can be a good CID officer, or I mean something like that, a forensic officer or police officer who has like Mercury in the eighth house. They can solve the case very easily because intuition is very high, right? So investigation abilities will have high, and enjoy undercovering hidden knowledge. So you always enjoy what things are secret about sex, right, the thing which are taboo. You want to learn more about things, the vulnerable diseases, sexually diseases as well. You want to learn about these things. So career in the research, auditing, medical science, insurance, forensic science, astrology can be favorable things. So you should avoid excessive suspicion or anxiety. You will be very suspicious. Why this person is talking with me? If he has a hidden agenda with me, why this man has done this? Why this woman has done this? Why someone has done this? So you will be very suspectful. You want to suspect everything, and that can lead you to anxiety. So always learn to trust the process of transformation, because eighth house is a house of transformation. You will definitely have transformation, the way you think, because when you travel, the way you think, the way you pursue things will differ, right? So that's why Mercury in the eighth house has a like, I mean it's a comfortable, it's a good thing, because you that make you deep thinker. You can be scientist, right? You can be a good researcher, and of course in astrology you can do really really great, right? Okay. Now Mercury in the ninth house. So what exactly ninth house is? Ninth house is your house of philosophy, father, guru, religion, spirituality, fortune, right? The house of mentor, boss. So Mercury in the ninth house creates lifelong learner. You'll be lifelong learner who enjoys philosophy, higher knowledge, travel, spirituality, and different culture. You want to explore different culture. This individual often becomes like teacher, professor, lawyer, writer, motivational speaker, or international business professionals. They have a broad perspective. They have a very broad perspective. Enjoy sharing knowledge with others. You want to share the knowledge with others. You want to be a guru or gyani or something like that, because you have lots of gyan, right? You have lots of knowledge. So their challenge is avoiding intellectual ignorance and remaining open to new points. I mean, challenging thing is that you avoid intellectual. I mean, if you don't avoid the intellectual like arrogance, you will not learn new things. Always remain open to the new views, right? Don't say my way or highway. I know everything. No, you know what you know is the drug. What you don't know is the ocean. It is said by Sir Isaac Newton. So always be in the learner attitude, so that you can learn many things, right? So whenever Mercury is in the ninth house, that can give you these things. So make sure to balance the warm and intellectual abilities, right? Okay. Now Mercury is in the 10th house. What exactly 10th house is? 10th house is your house of career. 10th house is your house of authority. 10th house is your house of in working place, right? So 10th Mercury in the 10th house is the one of the most strongest position of career career success, because that can make you a good businessman. These individuals are very intellectual, professional, and organized and respected for their communication skills. They often succeed in business, politics, and management, technology, education, media, accounting, consulting, right? So you can succeed in this, because that can make you very much analytical and rational. And in the workplace, you can't be a superstitious. You can't be like, oh, I am. You that you Jupiterian things doesn't exactly applies much more. Of course, higher knowledge is Jupiter, wisdom is Jupiter, but being Mercurian in the like 10th house, you will be very good capitalist mindset of people. You want to capitalize everything you have, right? So their ability helps them to strive in the changing environment. You know where the wind is blowing, and you analyze the thing and you adapt the thing accordingly. However, they should avoid overworking or making career decision based on solely on the logic. No, so don't make like career decision and solely on the logic. Just make things like what exactly is needed and what needs to be done, right? So balance is a key, right? Balance is a key, and avoid overworking, right? So whenever you have Mercury in the 10th house, okay. Okay, so Mercury in the 11th house. What exactly 11th house is? 11th house is your house of social network, your friends, your desire, your income, right? An elder sibling. 11th house is also house of your, innovation, right? So Mercury in 11th house can give you financial gain through networking, communication, business, and innovation, right? So this individual makes friends easily, often, and benefit from the influential circles. You will be getting influence from beneficial circle, right? So you will enjoy teamwork, technology, entrepreneurship, community leadership. Um, your ideas generates wealth, but they should you should avoid, right? These people who have the Mercury in the 11th house, they should avoid chasing too many opportunity at once. So Mercury in 11th house, um, people can be seen in this event and that event, and everywhere you can see. Okay, so for instance, someone name is like Raj is in the climate change climate change community as well. He is in the research community as well. He is in the vulnerable, helping poor community as well, in the business as well, in astrology as well, and in the content creation. So his mind is in divert in the all the different places. It's better to handle like go for like few opportunities that you like, but don't chase like over opportunity at once, right? So focus and consistency are the key to achieve the long term goals. So whenever you are focused and whenever you are focused and consistent about things, then Mercury can gives you good result in the 11th house, right? So always remember, focus is more important thing rather than being like separate your focus in different places. You are here and you are there and there as well. So you are in the heaven, you are in the hell, you are in the earth, you are in the Mars, Jupiter, Venus, everywhere, so you are nowhere, right? So always make sure you have to be in certain place where your values are aligned, wherever you can do best, right? Okay, so now very much last position is that Mercury in the 12th house, right? What exactly 12th house is? 12th house is isolation. 12th house is super consciousness. 12th house is a house of jail. 12th house is a house of losses. 12th house is a house of bed pleasure. 12th house is a house of um, um, I mean spirituality. 12th house is house of imagination, and 12th house is house of the hidden enemies, right? So when Mercury goes in the 12th house, mind toward spirituality increase, research increase, right? Foreign opportunities will come because it is also house of foreign house, right? Imagination can be very much higher and introspection can be very much higher. This individual often excel in the writing, psychology, counseling, international business, hospital, charitable organization. They may enjoy meditation, solitude, exploring the subconscious mind. However, they should guard against overthinking, anxiety, stress, unnecessary worry, over critical thinking, over analytical about things, right? Inner peace allows their intelligence to shine. So when you have inner peace, your intellectual will shine. When you are in solitude, your intellectual will shine. Remember, being alone and being lonely is a different thing. Being alone is a choice, but lonely is sometimes it is not exactly choice. Don't be a lonely, all right? Because we are human being. Sometimes we have to go for the recharging our battery. We have to go in the solitude because solitude is the best attitude. But we can't stay a long time in the solitude because we have to work on the relationship and we are the social animal. So we work in community, right? So always make sure that like don't be over analytical about things, don't be very critical about things, don't judge much, right? Mercurian people judge very more amount. Don't gossip because Mercurian gossip as well, right? So Mercurian people they don't have anything, and if they don't have any ideas, anything, sometimes they usually gossip about other people, other things. So whenever you gossip, Mercury gets afflicted. Whenever you say bad a word, Mercury gets afflicted. Whenever you like give any type of bad words, foul words, right? So Mercury get afflicted, right? Now we'll be talking about the Mercury's what are the remedies. Before that, these are the general predictions, right? Astrological general prediction, because only one planet cannot like make your or break your life, because there are multiple things you need to check in the chart aspects, conjunction, house, sign, rasi, in the position in the other like divisional charts as well, right? So that can make then you can make concrete decision. Having said that, this will be the attributes, right? You have to check lots of things: exaltation, exalted, devilated, retrograde, combust, right? Atmakaraka, Darakaraka, Putrakaraka, Pitrikaraka. There are lots of things, right? Astrology is an ocean of knowledge, right? So there are lots of things, and we are in the learning process. Sometimes most of the times we are in the learning process and will be learning process, because the one life is not enough for the astrology and occult scientist, because science, because it is hidden and very much hidden. So remedies for the Mercury. So you can like do any kind of mantra japa, any kind of mantra japa according to your chart allows and the things you like believe in. So you can work on that, right? So you can do one mantra japa. You can read very good books which can enhance your Mercury. You can write some things, right? So after writing, you can manifest by writing, practice by writing, that can make you Mercury good. Also donate like a stationary item to children, gift something food, food things to children, that can make you gift good things to your sister as well, that is also Mercury, good Mercury. So and also you can do the upasana of Vishnu Bhagwan, Lord Vishnu, right? And all the avatars of Vishnu you can like until unless it signifies the Mercury, you can just do the upasana, do the varta, japa, dan, donation, right? Anything you can do, and that can make your Mercury really good, right? So thank you so much for watching till now. If you feel like you can add something in the comment section, you can please feel free to add that. Please don't forget to subscribe, because we have worked very hard to like gain this thing and to come in front of you and speak about this thing, right? So make sure to follow Astro Impact in the YouTube channel, right? Subscribe it, and then you can get your all planets. We'll be talking about nakshatra story, which you might not find in the YouTube as well. So we'll be talk from the Karma Vibhag Samhita, right? I will be reciting the story and what each nakshatra can do, right? So you can learn that as well. With this, thank you so much for watching. Namah Parvati Pate Har Har Mahadev. Thank you so much. Take care. Good wishes. Lots of love.